Buddy, I think we're live. Let me know if you can hear me. Just kind of getting used to the live stream here on YouTube again. I like their dashboard though. It's pretty sweet, pretty easy to use. Um, yeah, cool. You guys hear me all right? Mic check, check one, check two. Coming live from the beautiful beaches of Costa Rica with the very tired, baggy eyes from trading during Asia last night a little bit. And man, I got to get some blue blockers, you know, the glasses that block all the blue light. I'll tell you, when I stare at my screens too much, like leading into bed and then try to sleep, I don't sleep at all. Does that happen to any of you guys with like staring at the screens late and then you try to sleep and it totally F's your entire sleep cycle? I'm learning how to do it. Just let everybody file in. Min drive up all night. Yeah, it's not fun to be up all night. I gotta say, I do like my sleep, and lately I haven't been getting a lot of it. We'll just let some people file in. Excited to have you guys here today. We got Aaron Trades in the house. Give it up to Aaron for his new Top Step TV segment. He's doing a London Open. I think it's a 90-minute slot, if I'm right. So far, the reviews are rave. Top Step TV got a great guy there in Aaron. So you guys give it up for Aaron for his Top Step TV slot. That's a big accomplishment. It's awesome, mate. Yeah, nice. I see the little party things coming up in the chat. Nice. It's funny, you know, because one of my best friends, Aaron the Commodity. So now whenever I'm talking to my wife, I'm like, yeah, no, Aaron. She's like, which Aaron? Is it Australian Aaron or is it Canada Aaron? We got lots of Aarons here. All right, cool. Okay, so you guys can hear me. The audio's coming through loud and clear. Is it not crackly on YouTube either? Because when I use OBS sometimes it can get crackly, but I think the audio on YouTube is better. You guys tell me. Still working through these issues. When I become a true professional like Patrick Wieland, I'm going to get a little toy Lamborghini to put on top of the nightstand back there. It's going to be awesome. Or maybe I'll get a little replica of my golf cart, the VolPro Edge mobile. I'm just kidding. I like Patrick. I think he's funny. He cracks me up. All right. So we got 17 people. The rest will come when they come. And yeah, we'll get ready for the New York Open, and then I'll go over. I did try to use my analysis last night. As you know from yesterday's analysis video, I said that I was bullish, and that turned out to be correct. So hopefully you guys can see now that at the very least, the analysis almost every day is pretty darn good. And when we don't know what's going to happen, we just say we don't know what's going to happen. But when we use VolPro Edge, use the higher time period analysis, tie it all together, you can see we got a pretty good read on the ebbs and flows of the market, right? I think you guys can see that now. Yeah, the VolPro Edge golf cart Lambo. Exactly, Tim Nasi. Yeah, I got to get a surfboard rack for the VolPro Edge mobile so I can go and check out some cool spots. What's cool is they're coming today to adjust the speed, making it a little more, you know what I mean? Not exactly street, you know what I mean? But it's going to be sweet. Yeah, so we'll get into the open here. But yeah, so last night I followed my analysis. I followed my plan. And what I want to share with you guys is that sometimes you follow your plan and you still lose, and that's okay. And that's what trading's about. You got to take risk, right? So I did pass 3 new accounts, XFAs, 150Ks last night. So that's nice. I got 3 incoming ready to go tomorrow. And that was one of the reasons that, hey, I got 3 now on deck coming. I've already taken a payout on my current 3 of 9,300 and 92.80. And so I got about 9 grand left in there. And I want to try and take some risk because I think we're going to pump overnight. So I was watching this market. First, I made some money shorting. Like I said, that's where I passed the evals. But then here, I'll just go over this before we start, and we'll look at the what we see for the New York Open. But basically, you guys can see my charts all right. Got the drawing tool. So here's the hourly here. So you see here, you had this big flash on the hourly. And then this is where I thought, hey, we might start to dump here and maybe go back to my support level here. We ended up not making it there. But then when this when this hourly pushed all the way up through that flash, I thought, you know what? This thing's going to push now overnight. I really felt strongly that, okay, the analysis is correct. We may not go all the way back down to that core DML right there, but this thing probably wants to push. So that's why I was staying awake watching this. And here you can see when that hourly close was here, right? Well, we're holding the congestion DML there. We're holding here. We're holding the extension DML. I'm not crazy about those extension DMLs when we're in congestion and they're inside the envelope. That might have been a mistake that I made by entering too early. But basically when the 15-minute, so I was expecting, because of this big push here, now you pulled back, I thought you were going to see something like this. And then we start here. So I was right, but early. And that happens in trading. So right here, what you can see, the 15-minute confirmed. So I was waiting for congestion entrance up to tell me, hey, that support is strong, right? I didn't just go in, but right when the 15 entered congestion up, I said, okay, you know, this is probably the start of the 15 heading back up. So I went in, and then when this 15-minute closed here, we're still above the middle of the envelope. I thought, okay, it's not a close I'm crazy about, but you know, I can't get out of this because we're still above the middle of the envelope. And then bang, you know, just tanked me. My stop was right about there, and that was it. So you guys, this is what happens when you are trading and you take risk. You're going to take losses. I take them all the time, and it's part of the game, and it's the way that it is. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you be as aggressive as I am with my XFAs. I've taken lots of payouts. I always know I can get more XFAs. So like these 3 that I have on deck, I'll probably build those all up collectively to 20 or 30 grand very quickly. So that's why I can take this kind of risk. Anyways, just to let you guys know that yours truly is very, very far from perfect. I take losses all the time, and that's part of the game. So don't put me on any kind of a pedestal. You know, I'm just like you guys. I'm just a little further down the road. All right, hope that makes sense, you guys. The good news is when I saw that I was early and then the market started going up a little later, I did make some money on my live account, which was nice. And oftentimes I will do that. I will see that, oh, you know, the move is still correct and I'm right. Okay, well, I'll go in on the live account. So that's nice. Anyways, that's why I'm tired. Let's go ahead. I've got the Tradeifys today open. If I see any B trades, maybe even C trades today, guys, I'll take some trades for you just to show you how to manage positions. I'm not going to worry about winning and losing too much. I'm just going to try and take decent B setups, decent, maybe even a C plus. We obviously missed a really good run yesterday at the New York Open, nailed that quarterly DML to the wall. You can see these VolPro Edge levels work amazingly well. All right, let's get into the 15-minute, the hourly. So we got the 15-minute to the right here. Here's the hourly in the center. Here's the daily. You can see we're in Squeeze City right now, guys. And it's like the Beverly Hills Cop song. The squeeze is on, not the heat is on. The squeeze is on. All right. So the squeeze is on. We're pushing. I think we are going to push up to these extension DMLs on the daily, the envelope top. There doesn't seem to be a lot in between us now. So I think that's where we're headed. I think you got a lot of support now at the middle of the VolPro Edge envelope in here. Yes, that broken VolPro Edge reaction resistance level, that is now support. So you've got a lot of support coming in right here underneath us, right? So on the hourly chart, you can see we're just flying. So at this point, you know, I'll be aggressive for you guys. We'll see if we can get a trade on my 5 Tradeifys. I'm kind of saving those for the stream. You know, we'll see how those go. If the 15-minute pulls back and gives a nice pattern to buy, you know, 15 minutes after the open or the 10 o'clock hour, we'll see if we can get long. You know, I just don't like to get in. Like right now, this thing, it may just open and just, you know, go straight up. If I'm not in, I'm not in. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. I have to wait for my setups at my, you know, resistance or support levels and then just take what I can get, right? That's what it's all about. Okay, so lost you guys. So are you guys still with me? Said it's back live. Should be fine. I show strong internet. I changed the latency for the screen, you guys. So the latency is lower today. Let me know what your clocks say. You can see my clock down here, 9:28 and 22 seconds. Okay, we're all good. Good. Thanks, Verve23. Jose Perez, only 2-second latency. Sweet. So yeah, because yesterday we had what, like 20-second latency, but I switched the settings now. So now we've only got 2 seconds, which is awesome. Fantastic. You guys got some coffee? Let's all take a sip. And yeah, let's wait and see at the open. You guys got any questions? Got any other markets you're watching? Let's see if did ES. Well, we'll watch the open here and then we'll look at some other markets in a sec. I know you guys like to watch the Nasdaq. Man, that call on gold I made, guys, the other day, it tagged the level perfectly. It just did it in the middle of my nighttime. So that happens sometimes. That's why I'm looking forward to having the VolPro Edge algos ready, because then I can just run the algo overnight and say, hey, look, if A, B, and C happens into my gold resistance level, you know, short that baby. And then the algo will just do it for me. So that's in development. That's the next stage of VolPro Edge, is to be able to catch all these nice moves when you're not in front of the screen. And that's something I've been really looking forward to. Because, you know, as a human being with one set of eyeballs, you got limited energy, you've got, you know, life and family things to take care of. You can't really watch everything all the time. And as you can see, the analysis is pretty awesome every single day, most days. So then to have different algos scanning different markets and just waiting to hammer those levels, I can't wait till we get to that stage, guys. Plus our VolPro Edge hedge fund that we're going to have right here in the live stream trading room. All right, there's the open, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And let's just watch and wait. Very bullish, but you know, these opens can be tricky. Right now, remember, we got a lot of volatility, big ranges, so be careful. So see, I'm just catching up on, that's nice. Everybody gave a big congrats to Aaron. Nice to see you guys. We got a great group of people here. Super awesome people in this group. Appreciate you guys a lot. All right. So I don't see any questions or anything while we're waiting. And I would open the five minute, but I really only like to use the 5 minute if it's just a runaway market and I can't get in. Then I'll use the 5 minute. Otherwise, I think the 5 minute kind of begs you to make a lot of mistakes. And I don't think it's generally a good idea for most people. Of course, it can give you better reads, but it's a very sharp knife that you can cut yourself with if you're not careful, because it's always trying to get you in there to take more trades. So that's why I don't recommend it, especially if someone is not consistently profitable yet. I think the 5 minute is a big mistake. I don't think you should go lower than the 15 minute is my feeling about that. And my developer has informed me that I think our tick charts for TradingView, I think they might be ready. So we might be releasing these later today to everybody. You will be able, hopefully, to have nice tick charts. And then, you know, that just helps us get even better reads using VolPro Edge. The minute charts are fine. You obviously, as you can see, we read it no problem. But the tick and volume based charts just allow us to, it's kind of like, you just get a little bit more, there's a word I can't find, but like it dials in a bit more. All right. So how'd you guys do? Did you trade Asia? Did you trade Asia today? Well, you traded London on stream, right, Aaron? And that went well, I'm sure. Anybody else trade Asia, London? How you guys doing so far today? I mean, look, if you use the end of day analysis video, you were on the right side of the market, right? And as long as you're on the right side of the market most days, that's going to help you stay out of a lot of losers. And look, I was even on the right side of the market and still lost. So that just goes to show you guys, trading is not perfect. Things happen. Is there a flash pattern on the hourly? Yes, that is a flash pattern for sure. But, you know, we need to wait and see where that hourly closes. And right now we're above these resistance core DMLs. And also the flash pattern here is happening in no man's land. So I wouldn't trust it. Does that make sense? Because you want to pick off these patterns at key levels. So hopefully this live, it's because it's a live hourly flash pattern, right? Because it hasn't closed yet. When I say live, you know, these are all still moving out here. So the flash is still moving too. But hopefully that live flash can give a little bit of resistance to knock this 15-minute down. And then we could get a good buy at the 15-minute congestion support level. So that's what I'd be looking for. You know, like something like there you can see a beautiful example of a 15-minute flash right there. You guys see that? Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, all the core DMLs are holding. This was probably right into a nice hourly level. I can see it was into the hourly VolPro reaction resistance high there. And just, you know, good for knocking it back right there. Again, I wouldn't have taken that because at this point you can see you're squeezing on the daily, but you say, oh, there's a flash on the 15. You know, let's wait for this thing to try and enter congestion down. And then this is where you want to pick off that 15-minute congestion support level to start turning the corner back up, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. Something like that, looking to get long at the 15-minute congestion support level. Does that make sense, you guys? So Spider-Man, busy the whole day, just got to the charts. Nice. Welcome, Spider-Man. Is it dark there in Iceland? I mean, the internet's pretty cool, guys, right? Like, we got people all over the world. We got Aaron in Australia. We got Spider-Man in Iceland. We got me in Costa Rica. I mean, we got people everywhere. My buddy Ez, I don't know if he's here. He's in Argentina. My other Aaron, he's in Canada. Like, we're spread out. I dig it. One of my best friends, M, she was in the chat yesterday. She's in La Gomera, Canary Islands, where we used to be. Makes sense, David. Okay, cool. Glad it makes sense, man. Spider-Man, really good day today, actually. Sun is out for the first time in a while. Oh, man, I can imagine. I think, you know, when I lived in Sweden with my wife, when we were living in Gothenburg, the second largest city in Sweden, they say Göteborg. Man, the sun like almost never came out. It was very, very, very hard for me being from California. I'm a beach guy, so when I don't see the sun, I don't do well. Snowing in New York, Tim. Wow. Man, some people like the cold. I'm not a huge fan of the cold. All right, guys, I'm still keeping an eye on the charts. We're just waiting for this 15-minute bar to develop, and then we'll see if we make a decision. Okay, so in the meantime, that's why we're shooting the breeze, we're chatting, we're doing questions. And guys, if you're not a member but you're here and you've got questions, fire away. The link to the Discord, I believe, I hope, I think, is in the description of the video. If you happen to watch this at some later date, you can go check out the Discord. That's where you can really learn more about VolPro Edge. And I know the charts look kind of unique and interesting at first, but once you get to know VolPro Edge, they say once you go VolPro Edge, you don't go back, baby. That's how good it is. All right, we're pulling back a little bit. Like, is it the Holy Grail? No, nothing is, but you know, it's close. So Labano is also there in New York. Tim's in New York. Where are you guys? All 30 of you. I know where some of you are, but anybody else in some particularly interesting location like the Maldives or Maldives? How do you guys say that? Maybe, what's that island off the coast of Madagascar? Anybody in Madagascar? That'd be cool. Oh, thanks, Edson. Link to Discord is in the description. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And Edson, I'm still, you know, we're gonna find something good for you to do so you can come on in the members area for a month. Guys, we do give scholarships. Edson's in Brazil, and he reached out to me and he just, you know, explained his situation. So, you know, he's gonna help out the channel a little bit, and he's a scholarship candidate because I believe in equal education for all. And that's the truth. All right, so now you guys can see the 15's dumping a little bit. Let's wait and see where this closes. Still got about 8 minutes to go. Spiro's in Australia. Nice with Aaron. And we got another guy. Wait, Spiro, are you Maka? Is that you from Discord, or is this somebody else? And we got more people in Australia. Yeah, exactly. The algo and the hedge fund. It's going to be sweet. Guys, we're just taking this one step at a time. VolPro Edge is going to be around for a long time. and we're just going to keep building our toolbox. Because why not? I mean, trading is a lot of fun. It's a fun way to make a living, and there's lots of cool stuff you can do with it. And wait till you learn my approach to algos. I think it's you're gonna think it's pretty sweet. So, you know, like I'm waiting for the close here. I typically, I will very rarely trade within the first, you know, 15 minutes of the New York Open, only because in my experience, like I know a lot of people, they like to take that opening break, 5-minute chart, whatever. I find that there's just too much noise. You know, there's lots and lots of orders coming in. There's rebalancing going on, and it's just, you sometimes you can get a good read, but by and large, I think it's better to just wait. That's kind of how I do it. I got my Tradeifys open over here, the 550K sim defunded that we're going to use to trade on stream, and see if we can't run those to a payout over the next couple of months. That would be sweet. That'd be my third Tradeify payout. Third large Tradeify payout. So Spiro, okay, yeah, Yermaka. Got it, man. Aaron Trades, I don't know if you remember, there was a professional Ironman out of Australia called Maka. I can't remember his real name. So then we got our own Maka in our Discord. And I was like, are you Maka? Ironman? He's like, no, sorry to disappoint. Interesting to see if we enter congestion entrance day on the daily. It's looking like it to me. I think we are. I mean, we've just dropped. I don't know if this overall move to the downside is like over, but yesterday that could be capitulation. I mean, you know, that could be a capitulation day for sure. Big volatility today. What I don't like about, I think I said this before, what I don't like about the Tradeify, when you copy trade 5 trades, 5 accounts, you can't use bracket orders. So I kind of just got to go in at market and then go out at market, which I don't like doing, but it is what it is. Take out the lows by month end. Yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. I remain open to all possibilities. I find that yeah, I have my daily directional bias, as you guys know from watching the daily analysis videos every day at Discord. You know that I have my bias for each day, and that serves us very well, but I don't have really a bias overall in terms of, you know, I thought this correction could go for like maybe 30%, maybe 35%. But I try and stay open and neutral and kind of tell myself I really don't know what's going to happen. And that allows me to see the charts from a much more objective point of view. And I find that to be helpful. You guys got any questions? I'm just going to shut my door. Have a sip of water. You got a nice outside bar there on the 15-minute chart. You say, okay, if this pulls back and we make a pocket there, you know, is that a B trade? I don't know. I'll see when it closes. So you can see that the math is changing. You see how it's adjusting the live VolPro Edge reaction support level? So I would, yeah, I like it like that. You see how it just made the pocket right there? There's the pocket. So if we close down here into this pocket, guys, I'll go ahead and buy it. And then if it goes down here, I'll cut it and take a loss. Okay. We've still got a minute and a half. It needs to close down here for me because I want to buy near support. I wouldn't buy up here and chase. That's how I do it. One tweet could wipe my account in this 100-point. Exactly. One tweet from the commander-in-chief. He's like, trade war back on. Oh man, cracks me up. Jacob, what's up, man? Good morning. Do you think we will finally catch a setup live this week? I hope so. I'm trying to get one right now. I'm watching. Jacob, I might just go in right now at market for you, my friend. Just out of love. No, I know. Dude, it's been a crazy like 5 days. No, don't do that. Yeah, no, I won't. Yeah, the patience game is important, and it's just been a, I'm like Aaron trades. Aaron trades also. We talked about this. He's like, yeah, I just haven't been taking many trades like this week. I'm like, yeah, me either, because I just don't like these crazy days. Some people love these crazy days, guys. Aaron the commodity, my other Aaron, like he did great yesterday. He loves this type of volatility. I don't. Um, that's just, we've all kind of got our personalities. Oh, yeah, I think we'll get an A+ setup yeah, for sure. Definitely. We may get one today if this thing keeps squeezing and the hourly pulls back. So that's a nice little pocket here on the 15-minute. I just don't want to take it right here because the support level is technically down here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this squeeze to the upside. So for those of you who are, 5-minute enthusiasts, if you're aggressive, watch your 5-minute chart. Maybe you're at a 5-minute congestion support level. So that's the thing you guys are going to learn too. Like as we stream, you're going to all have your own preferences. You'll see when I call things out, if you're aggressive and you want to take the trades, like I'm analyzing for you the whole time. And as you learn to trust the analysis more, you'll see some of you are scalpers. I know that. So you can see where I call levels and I say, yeah, that's probably going to go up from there. I mean, it's not right all the time, obviously, but it's certainly probably 65%, something like that. So it's just each person will capitalize on the knowledge, the analysis, from their own risk tolerance, their experience. For me, I'm just a picky trader. I wait. This one here, yeah, I was stalking this. I would have wanted to close down here. Why? Because I know that if I take this long, so guys, even though I'm not in this trade, you guys want to know how I manage things, where I put stops. The way I trade, for example, I was pretty confident we were going to pick this up and push higher like we're doing, right? Because we had a nice pocket pullback. We're in no man's land on the daily. We're squeezing. The hourly's above its broken DML resistance levels. We broke those. We're squeezing, right? But if you ask, why didn't I go long here? Well, because my stop would need to really be back below, these congestion DML. So that's why if we close here, right, I'm much more comfortable buying this here for the push like this, because then my target is farther away, back up toward these highs or higher, and my stop is a much more manageable distance, right? From here, maybe if I entered, down to here, right? Which in these markets is probably 100 points or something. So not to say that you can't get in here, it's just not me. I don't like getting in here. Sure, you could just get in right there at the true average and put your stop behind the middle of the VolPro Edge envelope. You could do that. It's just not what I do. But some of you will do that, and some of you will do very well with that. Yeah, for sure, Jacob. Yeah, well, that's the thing, trading, and Aaron trades will tell you guys, trading in front of people, like, it doesn't make me at all nervous. It's just that it's a big responsibility because I know a lot of people are going to follow me, and it's like, okay, you're a hero when it wins, and you're an asshole when it loses. It's like, it's so you got to be careful and take that responsibility seriously, and I do. So VolPro Edge is first and foremost about teaching you guys how to trade and teaching you guys how to use it to learn how to fish yourselves. And then, yeah, when I catch, A setups that I take for myself on stream, or I'm able to fire up the stream quickly later and take it and show you guys, just as long as you guys understand that, like, you know, trade at your own risk, right? That's what's important because, you know, I'm kind of a sensitive guy and I don't like taking on the emotional. Um, I feel like if I take a trade and I lose, like last night, I lost on those XFAs. I literally don't care. Like it doesn't bother me at all. But if I do that and then I know a bunch of you guys follow me in and then you guys lose, emotionally that would probably it's be hard for me because I really, for me, I've accepted losing, but I really don't want you guys to lose, and that's something I need to probably learn how to accept as well, trading live in front of you guys. And so it's a process for me, you know, learning how to accept that you know you guys are big boys and girls, and you're gonna if you're gonna follow me, you're gonna take some losses, right? We get a lot of wins, we're gonna make money, but you know it's you have losing trades, and those can be hard for people to take. And once you start learning how to lose, that's when you become a really good trader. When the losses just don't phase you at all. So, MinDrive on the monthly and quarterly, we have upcoming true average DMLs that have been holding so far. Okay, thank you, MinDrive. Let's go ahead and take a look. On the monthly and quarterly, there's the Dow. Let's get the Nasdaq shaking here. So on monthly and quarterly, we have upcoming. Yeah, I call them oncoming, the live ones. I know what you mean, MinDrive. I call these oncoming or live true averages. Yeah, to me, those are still forming, and the quarter and the month, these are long time frames. So these oncoming true averages, these live ones out here, they're still being formed mathematically. These can shift a lot over the quarter and the month. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to those right now. What I would be looking at as we suck back above, you know, look at the quarter, the yearly extension here, sucking back above the monthly DML support there. This weekly oncoming live true average is in play because this is a week, right? And we're almost halfway through the week. So this is important. But yeah, I think we're probably squeezing. I think the weekly wants to go back. As you guys well know from your back testing and doing this, you know that we don't get too far away from a true average without wanting to come back and try and sniff it out, right? So this one, we were just way too far away from that true average. Now we're coming back up, probably at least to the live middle of the VolPro Edge envelope up here on the weekly. So I think the daily is going to want to squeeze up here today. That is my sense of it. I'd be willing to take some risk on that today, guys. If we get, you know, a nice B or C setup on the 15-minute, I'll take it for you guys. That'll be what it's going to be. But if for example, if the hourly gives us a nice pullback today, you know, like that to the hourly congestion support level, back into all that broken resistance on the daily, I would, right now, what I'm seeing, I would consider that an A setup where I would size up and try and make some money for that push. For sure. All right, you guys got any other markets as well? Yeah, so MinDrive likes the 18,500 area. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're probably headed up there. I really do. Let's look at, let's go ahead and look at ES. On the hourly, I don't think I would need to see a close, Jacob. You know, I would let the 15-minute determine that because you could, you know, you could get something that wicks down on the hourly and pushes back up on a day like this because it looks like we're squeezing. Daily and 15-minute pocket forming on ES. Okay. Thank you, Tim. Let's go ahead and look. Oh yeah, so ES is already getting up close to its extension up in there. I think we're headed up there for sure. Yeah, for you guys watching ES, like I'm not watching it, but that was a little bit of a better pocket than Nasdaq because you're still in the middle there, and you got to put your stop back here, guys. I mean, that's what makes these markets for me hard to trade. Is that, like, let's say you go in here, you know, at 52.50 or something, you know, let's say 52.49. I mean, your stop kind of has to be 52.22. So, I mean, that's a pretty big stop. Of course, you can size down. That's what I'm going to be doing on the Tradeify accounts. Let's go ahead and look at some. So yeah, so guys, it's pretty cool though, right? Like you see yesterday in the analysis video, I know there were a lot of people calling for continued weakness. Some people were talking about that in the chat. They thought we were going to keep going down. And when I did the analysis video, I said, nah, I don't think so. I think we're going to squeeze up, and you know, we're squeezing. See what bonds are doing. Remember I said, let's keep an eye on bonds. Yeah, we're breaking lower. I said, if bonds break lower, this is the 10-year note. I said, if we break lower, stocks will probably squeeze. Well, right now we are breaking lower and stocks are squeezing. So that's in play. Remember with gold, guys, I said that was the short. We nailed the call to the wall right there. Just beautiful. And then yesterday, you remember in the analysis video, I said I wouldn't be short in gold here. I think this thing can push higher. So far that's in play, which is nice. But definitely I think the clear, like the top pick for today is, you know, Nasdaq squeezing. Do you think big funds have something similar to VolPro Edge? I don't think big funds really trade like this, you know? I think big funds are much more macro, fundamental. They're you know, picking off big levels. So I probably think that they don't use something like VolPro Edge. VolPro Edge is really, really good for day trading, swing trading. You can position trade with it if you want to. I mean, look at the yearly and the quarterly charts. You certainly can. Maybe the funds, that'd be nice. One of the funds use VolPro Edge. Maybe one day in our future. My understanding, Wall Street and a lot of funds heavily utilize VWAP and overall sentiment. Yeah, exactly. They use VWAP a lot because they just want to try and get in at a good value spot. All right, so we're going to have to maybe open a 5-minute here for you guys. Let's go ahead and switch this. 1 hour. So the hour's breaking out. Let's go 15. So yeah, that'll be cool with the tick charts coming hopefully later today. It'll be awesome. See if it, yesterday was a little slow loading the 5-minute. Just gotta check something here. Let me just write back to my car, guys. 1 sec. All right, so pretty cool to have more speed on the VolPro Edge Mobile. It's gonna be nice because, you know, in the States they go up to like, I think 25 miles per hour, but here in Costa Rica they limit the speed to like 19 miles per hour. So I asked my dealership, I'm like, hey, can you bump it up to the state speed? They're like, okay. So that's nice. All right, so it'd be nice if we get a little flush on the 5-minute. Oftentimes like this, if I think we're going to keep squeezing, that's really the only time when I will open the 5-minute chart, and I'll just look for exhausts on the 5-minute where they're trying to shake out weak longs, and then that's where I'm looking to get long. And guys, some of you will use VolPro Edge in the way where, like, as we're just pushing higher right now, you'll have no problem. You'll just get in and go for the ride. And that's great. I'm just, you know, I'm not that kind of trader. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but throughout my career, probably every time I try to just jump on a trend or play breakouts, it just doesn't work great for me. So I just like to wait for my spots in support if I'm going long or resistance if I'm going short. But some people will be really good at using the momentum, trading through the, uh, the congestion area boundaries, and that's great. Let's see, we got David, Andy at 18,500. Would you consider a short A plus? We'll be at top envelope, daily resistance, extension DML, and we also have live weekly resistance DMLs. Yeah, I don't think it'd be a bad short up there. Depending if the hourly especially gave you a big exhaust up into that level, like a 2-bar, like let's say this hourly wherever it closes, and then if you get this, like that, and now you're right up into that 18.5 level, yeah, there could definitely be some selling up there. I don't think that's a bad idea. Good question, David. So you can see there's the 5-minute. That gave you the congestion support level. So this is when the tick charts come out, guys. It makes getting on board these types of situations a lot easier. Oh, the word I was looking for earlier, granular. So the tick charts, the volume-based charts, they're more granular. So you just get better reads. But like I said, the minutes are fine. As you see, we can get great reads on the minute too. The tick and the volume just gives you that little bit better, like you get to dial in and really get your spots picked. All right, so it's 10 a.m. I don't think we had any major news today at 10, right, guys? We're waiting CPI and PPI later in the week. So that's going to be interesting. So you got a little bit of a flash there on the 15-minute chart, and certainly the hourly, that is considered a flash. And you got these extensions here, but I wouldn't short this because we're in no man's land on the daily, right? So I don't want to short in no man's land on the daily. So that's what keeps you out of trouble. Now, what I would be thrilled for is if this hourly 15-minute flash, if it could somehow knock us back down like this and create a good buying opportunity to push back higher. That's what I would like. So let's pray for the flash to exude a little bit of downward pressure that will maybe give us the opportunity to buy a pullback, because I am looking to buy a pullback. I think it's a solid B setup here. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. So you guys got any more questions? Let's go over stuff while you're here. Let's make the most of it. It's just like, it's like private tutoring. Take advantage. Thanks for all the like, guys. I appreciate it. Means a lot. Helps the YouTube channel. I think we might be over 600 subscribers now, maybe. Gotta check. Are we? Let's check. 599. Oh man. Is there somebody here watching who's not a sub and can get us to 600? My goodness. That would be incredible. It's kind of funny. We launched VolPro Edge right when this market meltdown happened. Let's see. All right, it hasn't shifted yet. Let me see. Somebody just subscribed, Mr. America. It's still showing 599. I'm refreshing. I'll let you know when it switches. But thank you. I appreciate that. See when YouTube updates it. So what are you guys watching? Are you guys all watching the Nasdaq with me, or we got more eyes on other markets? Any of you watching the Dow, gold, crude? I know in our Discord, KLR, I think she's a she. I think she likes crude. So everybody likes different markets. All right, let's go ahead and check. 5.99. YouTube's holding out on me. YouTube's playing games with my heart. All right. I think these kinds of markets, you know, not only because of the volatility and all that, you know, the huge swings, but we've also had kind of like when we're getting into these runs, they're just not like coming back and giving you an opportunity to jump on board, right? So it's kind of tricky. I'm just watching and waiting, you guys. At this point, we're squeezing across the board. So any kind of a 5-minute pullback to the 5-minute congestion support level, I'll try and take a long. That's what I'll be looking for. I'll let you guys know. I will do it on my Tradeifys, then I'll show you. What's up, Ez? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I talked about you earlier, Ez. I said we got a guy in Argentina. There he is, everybody. He's in the chat. So hi to Ez. So technique at 254. Yeah, now, let's see. 254. Well, you mean getting long there, technique at 254? I mean, I'm gonna wait more for like, you know, the congestion support level. I mean, look, as an aggressive buy, sure, if you're feeling aggressive, if you're feeling saucy, you could try to get long 254 because you're in the middle of the VolPro Edge envelope here. And if we're going to keep going higher, you're going to get these little micro pullbacks to the middle of the envelope. I don't like to get in there, but that doesn't mean that I'm right. I mean, so yeah, looking here, 254. Hey, you got a lot of temporary support there. Definitely. I'm going to be looking more for like 215, 210 down in here. Because you can see we got the old trend resistance high here on the 5-minute coming across right there. So I would expect that to be a pretty good support level if it matches up with some DMLs right there. So that's what I'd be looking for. So Spider-Man said I took a break even shorting gold. I know it wasn't your top pick in the analysis, but we had a live hourly flash. Nah, how dare you go against my analysis, Spider-Man? Just kidding. That's good. I love when you guys use it on your own. That's what makes me happy. And look, guys, break even trades are fine. I mean, if you get in on a trade and it starts to go your direction a little bit and you're not super sure about it, just put your stop to break even. Those are fantastic. Then you got, you know, really nothing to lose. Here comes maybe a little bit of a pullback. We'll watch techniques level here at 54. Right in there. See, I'd be looking at like, okay, where's the hourly support, right? So this is the problem. When you start to look at the 5-minute and the 15-minute, you can really get sucked in. You want to look for an hourly level to lean against. And for me, that's down here really on the hourly. It's that core DML at, you know, 160, right? So that happens to be down here by the 15-minute congestion support level. That would probably be the level I'd be more interested in, because then at least I have an hourly level to lean against. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? That would make it a B trade for me, leaning against the hourly, because then you got 3 time frames. So let's see if this 5-minute, you know, if it closes here where I said originally, I might be willing to buy there. Well, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, because then it doesn't mean it's not going to pick this up and squeeze like this. But if I was just to get in on the 5-minute here, you know, and I don't really have anything to lean against on the hourly, then I'm kind of letting the tail wag the dog, right? And that can be one of the dangerous things about the 5 minutes. You focus on it, you start getting in, you know, Well, Technique's level held nicely. He called 54, put in a low of, right around 50-ish so far. Yeah, nice. Not my kind of trade, but look, you guys, I don't have a crystal ball. I just use my levels and let the trades come to me, and when they come, they come. So Technique just completed an eval using VolPro Edge the way he likes to use it. I love that, man. I love when you guys just do it the way you need to do it. That's what this is all about. That's why I say too, like in the analysis videos, VolPro Edge is way bigger than me. Some of you are going to end up being way better traders than me using VolPro Edge. I'm a good trader. I do well with it, but I'm not like a superstar. I'm a superstar in the sense that I developed VolPro Edge for all of us. That's cool. But you guys are going to, there's already some of you that are starting to kill it. Others that are, maybe not killing it yet. You guys are taking more of a conservative approach. You're kind of walking before you run. That's great. I probably would have been one of those guys. So if you're one of the guys where you're like, oh my God, guys like, Technique and Scalper and Darren and Cam, they're getting payouts, they're passing evals, they're doing all these things. Oh, like don't beat yourself up. I would have been one of you guys, like carefully learning before I probably would have like watched for like 3 months before I even took my first trade. That's the kind of trader I am. But some of you just like took the information and just went, head on in, which I think is awesome. Like that's fantastic. And I love that we're having so many people get amazing results. A lot of first payouts. Look at Darren, you guys. Like first XFA ever, and he's up like 5 grand. Even this week, through all this volatility, Darren, who's never traded futures before, he's trading and making money. It's incredible. I love it. So Tim Nasi, yes, I'm still learning. Somehow the best patterns have not happened during regular trading hours. Yeah, exactly. It happens sometimes. It goes through periods. And this volatility has been, not for the faint of heart. We'll see. I'm going to start placing more trades for you guys on stream just to teach you trade management. And if I take more losses than I otherwise would on these Tradeifys, I don't care. It's fine. I'm still going to try and pick, decent spots. But with C plus and B trades, you're going to take more losses overall, and that's okay. You also have more wins. See if my car guys are here. I think they're here. Check out the window. Oh yeah. My car guys are there, guys. Awesome. I'm gonna have the need for speed. Any questions, guys, while we're waiting? I'm just waiting. Like for me, this is what trading is. It's watching, waiting. We can flip around a little. I don't want to miss this if it flushes, so that's kind of why I'm watching. I think we're on our way to 500, personally. ES seems to already be quite close to its extension, so that'd be nice. Sometimes you'll see if ES tags the extension resistance DML first and gets shut down, that'll also, cause Nasdaq to have a nice little reaction. Since London, we're only up in these markets, 17,830 to 18,3. We're only up like 450 points, which obviously for the recent volatility is not a whole lot. See if we can get a little bit of a flusheroo to get long. We've got the 15-minute chart going to close here in about 3 minutes. I think my developer said the tick charts. I got to check those because that'll be fun to start using those as well. How are you guys doing overall? I think the feedback I'm getting in Spiro, you say, You're watching ES, DAX, and SPY. Nice. The feedback overall is that, you know, you guys are either being careful and learning and not, at least, you know, you're not taking as, even if you're not making money yet, you know, you're only a week in, you're at least not taking as many losses, right? I'm getting a lot of feedback on that, you know, that's the start. You're using VolPro Edge to keep you out of bad trades and losses. You're learning patience, discipline. That's fantastic. You know, building a good foundation. And then the ones that are actually trading are making money. So as a group, I think everybody's doing very, very well. Okay, I'm doing fine, even though I haven't traded much in this volatility. Last week took out a $9,300 almost payout on those XFAs. Okay, yeah, I lost them last night, but I trade those aggressively. Now I got 3 more coming to me. I'm making a little bit of money here and there on my live account. Like, you know, I'm happy. For me, it's a marathon. I try not to get too wrapped up in any one day. You know, that'll just drive you nuts. It's kind of a bummer here in my office spare bedroom. We got these beautiful French balconies, but the door doesn't seem to, it just kind of cracks open instead of like opening to allow me to go on the French balcony. I don't know. Got to figure that out. All right, so there's your 15-minute close. Be nice if we get a little bit of a correction. Maybe we won't. We're above the true average. The 5-minute did just try to move inside the envelope here, so we'll see what happens. It'd be nice if we could get a little bit of a flush. And yeah, patience wins the game, guys. You know, my first Tradify accounts, I mean, I had those. I was grandfathered in on those accounts. The ones I took 2 payouts on, I mean, I worked those for a long time to get to those payouts. That was patience. Tradify is much harder to get to a payout because you've got especially the sim to funded, you got the 20% consistency rule. You got to get to $9,000 in profit on the 150K sim to funded before you can take a payout. And then even then you can only take a $3,000 payout per account. So, you know, that's why I trade different firms in different ways. Like Top Step is my aggressive firm because I know I can always just go get more XFAs. Now they do have new rules now. They don't want you like smoking through XFAs, so you got to be careful about that. But you play within the rules, honor all the terms of service, you know, good trading practices and policies. But hey, we're allowed to be aggressive. That's how I like to trade. Anybody seeing anything else on any other markets? Let's check the bonds. Yeah, bonds are headed south. These are the notes, 10-year treasury note. So that's why stocks continue to squeeze higher. What's gold doing? Gold is kind of just hanging out here. Pretty darn choppy here for gold, huh? Silver's up 2.7%. What's crude doing? Crude is kind of pretty choppy as well. Check the dollar. Dollar strong right now. kind of a mixed bag across the board, but I'd say with the bonds and notes dropping, that means stocks want to continue to squeeze. So I'm happy to wait for the pullback like we're waiting for. ES coming into the extension. Okay, nice. Let's take a look at that. Here it is. Yeah, it's probably going to be some resistance here on ES, I would imagine. Go ahead and look at ES. I'm not a huge ES. I don't like trading ES, but some people love it. So I mean, okay. So now we'll just look at ES just for a sec while we're waiting for Nasdaq. Hopefully, if the ES daily extension DML starts pushing down as resistance, if that happens, that'd be nice. Maybe the Nasdaq, that'll give us our Nasdaq correction. I mean, look, this is tough. You guys tell me, but look at this hourly chart on ES. It's like, unless you're just getting in and like closing your eyes and hoping it goes up, that's tough to get in on that. You did that little pocket there on ES. We were waiting for the pocket on the Nasdaq. It just didn't quite close where I wanted it to. So yeah, I mean, right now, this is looking pretty strong here, Spider-Man. I just like I like that Nasdaq, you know, it just moves like, you know, you've got 4 ticks in each point. I know you have the same in ES, but like ES is just a bit like more clunky. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a personal preference. I mean, I know a lot of people really like ES a lot. This is still pretty darn strong here. I mean, it doesn't mean we're not going to see a little correction off of that daily extension, but I wouldn't be shorting that right here. Just my 2 cents. So let's see if Nasdaq can just give us a nice little correction. So we can maybe try and get long. That'd be nice. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to short that. Oh, they finished. They finished the car. Let's see. Just give me 1 second here, guys. I got to see. He took a video of my speedometer. Let's see what it goes up to. It used to go to 30. Nice. Sweet, guys. Check this out. So the VolPro Edge mobile, guys, it used to go to only 30 kilometers an hour, which is like 19 miles per hour. Now we're topping out at 40. Sweet. Oh, that looks great, Wagner. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will pay the bill as soon as I'm finished in a little while. Really appreciate you guys coming down to take care of that. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with the seatbelt, but thanks for fixing that as well. And thank you for fixing the steering column lever. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Drive safely back to Costa. All right, guys, we're multitasking. Spiro, better liquidity than NQ. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess on the super volatile days, probably ES makes a lot of sense. I mean, they just move differently, right? It's like I think we all kind of just, we have our personal preferences. For me, I'm NQ. But really, once the algos are ready, and I can't wait to just start taking advantage of more of my calls, you know, that are happening in the middle of the night or God knows when. Probably we'll be able to make the algos good for TradingView as well. See, we've got like an order of things to do. So number one was just launch VolPro Edge, right? And get the indicators ready for TradingView, at least on the minute-based charts, which we've done, which is great. Number two, we want to get the tick charts and the volume-based charts ready for TradingView, which I believe we have now. I got to just double check with my developer to make sure we're good, and then I'll release it to you guys. So that's number two. And then number three, we got to develop our server so we can have VolPro Edge indicators ready for Sierra charts and NinjaTrader. That's coming hopefully within a couple of weeks. I got to ask my developer how long it takes to make a server. I don't know. And then after we get all that in order, the next step is to pick back up with the algos, because those are under development. We just had to put that on hold while launching this stuff. And also the company, the actual VolPro Edge company should be officially set up tomorrow or the next day. And then the payment processing can be, at the website and all that stuff. Doesn't have to go through me, which is going to be nice. And then everything will be like automated. So it's a process. It's taking a lot of time, but that's what happens when you start something new, All right, so it's 10:25 almost. 5 minute will close. Now, would I buy this here? No, I wouldn't. Not to say that it won't push back up. It could, guys, but I don't want to let the 5 minute tail wag the dog. I don't want to buy that true average on the 15 minute. It might push back up, but I'd like to have an hourly. I need at least an hourly and a 15 level that makes sense for me to take a B trade. So let's just see, that would be down here. Like if the 15 minute, closes pocket here, pull back. Okay, fine. I wouldn't even need the 15 minute, I don't think, to close down there, because you got all that support right in here, 18,240. You can see on the 5 minute, you got that extension there, 18,240. And on the hourly, at least you've got the VolPro reaction level there as support at like, 220. So down in there, maybe somewhere I could be open to a long. It's quite a long way back to that hourly DML. I don't think we're going there. Just got a message from somebody here. That's really funny. My buddy just sent me something. Somebody put in a payout request for my funded futures, and it was like they say they honor payout requests in 5 minutes or something. And so it had been like 2 hours, and then the guy was complaining on social media. And so they're like, my funded futures came out and said, look, we're processing your payout. We're going to pay you, but you're not allowed to trade here anymore. They were very sensitive about that. Oh, that's funny. But look, these prop firms, these are private companies, guys. They can ban who they want to ban. Gotta be respectful. Don't want to what is it? Don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. Is that the expression? My 5-year-old does that all the time. She goes, you never buy me toys. I'm like, what are you talking about? All I do is buy you toys. Oh, God. I was like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Okay, well, that was the pullback. But look, I would say for me right there, I don't care that I didn't take that. Maybe like, Technique. He took that trade past his eval. Maybe some of you took that trade. For me, in my system, that's like a C trade to buy there. because we're just not at anything on the hourly or the 15-minute that I like support level wise. So you guys see what I'm laying down here? It's like, okay, this market is just melting up. We got the direction correct. That's great. We knew not to short, right? We're not getting trapped short. Fantastic. So we're not looking for shorts. We're looking for longs. But for me to get a long, I need some kind of a pullback. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. I'm asking the trading gods to give me the pullback so I can get long for you guys. Otherwise, like for Jacob, I'm just gonna have to go in. Just kidding, Jacob. Drive. Yeah, I don't like going long in these conditions. Yeah, well, this is tough because I'm sure you guys have also been there many, many times, right? You see something like this, it's grinding, it's grinding, it's grinding, it's grinding. You go long, it just dumps, right? How many times has that happened? This happened to me way too much way back when, which is why now I'm like, look, I gotta wait for my level. I can't just get in. That's how I do it. And yeah, that means you miss out on a lot of moves, but it also means you take fewer losses, you work on patience, you work on discipline, you let the market come to you, and you preserve your mental capital. Yeah, at least I stopped going short. Exactly. So that's the key right now. Imagine how many people are shorting, trying to fight this and losing money. Trading is all about capital preservation first. So there you have, I guess, 10:30, something, little liquidity coming in. So now I'd be looking for the 15-minute maybe to try and come back down into congestion zone for a buy. So at this stage, guys, what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for the 15-minute to go into congestion and give me the opportunity to buy a congestion support level, you know, into a decent hourly area. That's what I'm waiting for. And I'm okay to wait for that. Would I take this here now? No, just because we're at the extension DML on the 15-minute, you see we're still nowhere near anything on the hourly. The closest thing we've got is that VolPro reaction level down there at 18,220, right? Are you guys able to see as you're here now, day after day, how I analyze, how we're tying together the time frames, how we use the analysis to stay out of trouble, wait, pick our spots? I hope it's becoming, you know, slowly, increasingly more clear. And then you keep going through the end of day analysis videos. You know, you got the course there. We're expanding the course library with your guys' questions. I do videos. I got more videos I need to do for you guys. So you just tie all this stuff together, and you know, that's how you become experts. All right, Miyagi, what's up, Miyagi? The hourly feels extended, but I still think it may go higher. I think it's going higher. I mean, I think we're going to want to go up here and test these core DMLs at 438 at least. You know, kind of like the 15 did here, right? Because the daily extension DML is not up until about 500, I think, right? If we look at higher time period charts, let's look at the daily. So ES, no, that's the Dow. So look, Dow is breaking. That's a good sign for bullishness. Dow is breaking through its extension. Nice. So if Dow is breaking through its extension and NQ is not even at its extension yet, its extension is at 503, 50, 510 maybe. ES is right at its extension. So I think I don't think NQ is going to be the only one that doesn't make it up to its extension, right? You guys agree? It's just this is why I can't get long right here, because look how far away we are from the hourly envelope. I mean, we are so far out here. Like, it may just keep squeezing without pulling, but I can't get in here. I just can't. And these markets the last few days are not giving, for me, a lot of opportunities. Last night I took my shot, man, and I had the direction nailed, but what are you gonna do? You know, like it is what it is. At least I made some cash. Cash on my personal account. Passed those three, so I got the fresh. Tomorrow I'll have 3 fresh XFAs. Gonna try and get those up to, I don't know if I'll copy trade them, but I probably won't copy trade them because I would like to spread the risk out on those 3 new XFAs I've got coming. So like, even if I can hit a nice big winner on one of them or even 2 of them, then, you know, boom, just straight back in the money. That's what it's all about. All right, guys, you got questions? Lots and lots of trading is just filtering out the noise, you guys. It's just kind of what it's all about. I mean, would it help you guys, since I don't like anything I see here? You want me to literally just start trading like 5-minute into 15-minute on 1 micro? I'll do that if that helps you learn. So, Jacob, so even though on the 15-minute we were rolling a little under the middle of the envelope and the 5-minute looked to be rolling over, it didn't mean anything because the hourly was in the desert, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, for me, I want to have that hourly level there to support my trade. Um, Otherwise, it's kind of like, you know, like you can find, you know, hundreds of C setups every day, but I can just tell you the odds will not be in your favor, and the amount of mental capital it takes. You got to realize, like, you got to use your mental capital to manage a position, whether it's an A trade or a C trade. So you might as well save your mental capital and your trading capital to trade and manage, you know, the A trades, right? I will take a B trade when I see it. And if you guys really want me to, I can start firing away on some C trades. I just don't really think it's, I'm trying to teach you good habits, right? And I know, like, believe me, like when we're done streaming, I'm like, oh, I wanna put a trade on for you guys. But I'm just like, I also have to, you know, teach you guys to be patient and wait for the right setups, right? That's why I'm here. Yeah, I agree, Mindrive. The hourly is really important. Like, sure, you guys, you know, you could go down to a 30-minute, a 10-minute, and a 2-minute if you want to take more trades. I don't necessarily want to, so that's why I don't do that. And I don't know how it is for you guys, but for me, I love, like, even though I'm not in a trade right now, I love watching the charts and analyzing and thinking and okay, if this happens, if this happens, like for me, just watching and waiting is a lot of fun. I'm literally not bored by it at all. I think it's a lot of fun. Miyagi, could you go over a little bit of how you use the live side that is forming? Um, yeah, that's going to kind of require like a whole video, but you guys can, once you start picking up the basic methodology, which you guys are on your way to, the next step, you're going to start paying a lot more attention to these live oncoming, you know, DMLs, reaction levels, because you'll start to be able to pick these off before they lock. So what I mean by that is that sometimes you'll have, like, for example, if this starts to head down, let's say we had two, let's just say we had two, you know, core DMLs, you know, here, and there you know you're backed up by your extension. So let's say these are live, but you had them here. Well, as this thing starts coming down like this, sometimes you'll be able to buy that even though it's live, it's still real, it's strong, it's there. And then by the end of the bar, if it's a correct read and you're in a good spot on the hourly, this will suck back up. You know, the 15 will close here, and then you'll be off and running. And then by the time the actual bar closes, these will be in totally different spots. But you had the foresight, you nailed them when they were live. It's really important. It can give you really good reads. But that's much more of an advanced thing, and it's not necessary to understand to make money with VolPro Edge. It's just that once you start understanding how everything's working on the fixed levels, then you start to shift your focus and start incorporating the live levels as well. You're welcome, Miyagi. Guys, any questions, just fire them away. Just muted there for you guys. So this 5-minute range is 276 to 325, like a little 50-point range. We're in such a strong uptrend, but it maybe get confused since on daily we're approaching top of envelope and extension DML plus getting near core DML on hourly. Yeah, I mean, it does mean something, but we're not, I don't think we're close yet, Jacob, because all that is up there at 18,500 on the daily. And, you know, we're at 18,300 right now. So I think we got another 200 to go here. So David said he missed my strategy for evals on Top Step. Can I briefly explain it? Yeah, I mean, look, I don't recommend my strategy for you guys if you don't have a lot of experience or a large bankroll. I don't have time to waste. So, okay, good, Jacob. Yeah, now you see. I don't have time to waste. So for me, and I know I can get payouts once I get the XFAs. So I like to just fire through my evals. I don't, you know, a lot of people trade them slow and precise, and I totally get that. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but the way I trade them is I just risk, you know, 45 points on 5 contracts, which is $4,500, which is the draw. And then I try and target 45 points with 5 contracts, which is $4,500 to hit my winning day. And if I hit the loss, I fail the eval, but I just reset it. Because to me, if I do like 3 at a time or whatever, and I spent $450 on those evals, and I got to reset them again for $450, and then I got to reset them again for $450, and then I pass, I'm still accessing, you know, 3 XFAs with $4,500 in real drawdown capital, you know, at a significantly reduced price. So I look at it very, you know, statistically, mathematically. And also, I don't mind pumping money into Top Step, like paying them for evals, because, right, I get write-offs for it. That's nice. Eventually, when Top Step, you know, has to make payouts to me, they look at my stats and they're like, okay, well, this guy spent a lot of money with us. He's a good customer. All right, you know, we'll pay him. So, you know, these are companies, you guys. Like, we are customers. And I like to try to be a good customer. So that's how I handle the evals. But it's not for everybody. And look, I play by all the rules, you know? So like if Top Step ever said like, you know, all they would have, if they didn't want me doing this, all they would have to do is be like, hey, look, we're going to have a 20% consistency rule now on our evals, or 25% consistency rule. Then I wouldn't be able to do this, right? So it's up to them, you know, just like also on my XFAs on that first trade, I often take a lot of risk and go for a big win, and then go for the smaller days to get to the payout. And that's worked very, very well for me. But if they ever said like, oh no, now there's a consistency rule on the XFAs, okay, well then I can't do that anymore, right? So I just follow the rules that they put in front of me, and I try to make it work for me. All right, so we're pulling back now into this 15-minute pocket. I don't think, you know, down in here, you got these three congestion. You're near the reaction level there. I might buy that for you guys. I'm just trading my Tradeifys on a couple of them. I'm copy trading them all, but I'm just, since I wouldn't normally take these trades anyways, I'm just trading them on a couple of micros per account, just to give you guys some ideas on how I would manage a trade. So if this 15-minute closed here, would I buy that? No, because that would mean the 5-minute is breaking that extension. But if we close kind of in here, I might. We'll see. I don't like that extension's being broken. So again, you know, hey, picky Andy, but you know, picky Andy makes money. So let's see. I don't want to miss this with my talking. So 25 seconds. So right here, I'm not going to buy this right now because it looks like the 5-minute's going to break that extension, right? And the 15-minute broke its extension. There could be support here, guys. It's probably like a C. I would give this like a C trade, right? If you take 10 of these C's, you'll probably win on 5 and lose on 5. It's just not the trade I want to take. So, but I'm still stalking the long here. So if we pull back, you know, a little bit more, or if now you can see that, you know, we're on the next bar, so the DMLs are going to change. Oh, there we go. That was a pretty big move, right? From 223 to 271. I think there's a lot of support here, guys. Like I said, it's probably a C trade for sure. I'm not going to take it because my reasoning for not taking this is that I just don't like that the 15-minute broke that extension, right? Because the way that the indicators are set up, there's a reason that this extension is here. And this extension could have easily been here, supporting the envelope bottom and the congestion DML. Then I would like that trade, and then I would take it. Now, that doesn't mean that this is not going to fire back up. It might. It's just, that's why it's a C to me and not a B. Does that make sense? Okay, so David, yeah, that makes, you got that? That's interesting. Okay, cool. I'm glad you got that, man. You guys got my strategy. Yeah, Jacob, you got the chart all squared away. Nice. Labano, I don't know. Is that how I say it? Labano? If today is my 5th $200 day, I'd have to wait till today's session is over to request a payout. Exactly. Because the dashboard will update at the changeover to the next day tonight. But that's great. If you did that, fantastic. Are you on your way to a payout? Way to go. Oh, sweet. Let's give it up for Labano, everybody. Nice job, man. I love when you guys are getting payouts, and you're all going to get there, so don't worry. First one. Sweet. Nice. Yeah, Cam got his first one as well. Darren's about to get his first one. I got to create something in the Discord where we have like the, you know, the payout wall. So we see like everybody using VolPro Edge getting their first payouts, and then more payouts, and then lots of payouts. I think Scalper's getting a payout. Yeah, there's Cam. What's up, Cam? Congrats, guys. Awesome. So you see here how we're stocking, but like just using the levels and everything. You just kind of, you know, you just shift the probabilities in your favor. It's VolPro Edge is really, really good for helping you stay out of bad trades. So now the 15 minute is kind of pushing lower. See these, now you can see this live core DML and this one here, that's the static. And you see how we also have the VolPro reaction level below us right now. So, you know, I think there's still going to be quite a lot of support down here. I'm still looking to buy. And we got good latency now, right, guys? You said it's about 2 seconds. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Labino. Appreciate that, man. So happy for you, dude. Yeah. Just be done. Go get your money. What's up, Andreas? Just had another VolPro Edge first payout from Labina. And all you guys getting payouts, you know you can do it now. Andreas, when's the big day? Is it this coming weekend or is it tomorrow? I forget. We're stalking along here, Andreas. Friday, nice. Congratulations. So we're watching, there's the 5-minute closing there. You got some support here for sure, but I want to wait and see where this 15-minute ends up. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Yeah, Andreas is getting married, you guys. Cool. And then as soon as he can get the wedding behind him and focus on the trading, he's gonna get to some payouts. I know you will, Andreas. And Andreas, the tick charts I think are ready. My developer thinks they're ready. I just have to do some last testing later, and then if they're ready, I'll release them to you guys. So this could be the bottom of this pullback, potentially. Let's wait. You see the 5 is trying to make a little bit of a flash here. And you got these 5 core DMLs at the 15. We're at the VolPro reaction high there on the hourly. So we've got some support here. I might take this for you guys, and then we'll see if we get a little win or a little loss. Yeah, you're going to get there, my man, for sure. All right, we're stocking. We're waiting. I haven't had any food yet today. I got to eat. I haven't exercised much, lately because this darn COVID thing I had. It's going to be nice to start surfing and running again. I don't think it's bad for a long in this case, even though the envelope is broken, Jacob, because I still think the market, I mean, unless we're just not going to go to that daily DML at 500, which maybe we won't. But I mean, the Dow got up through its, the ES got up to its. ES is still up 3%. Dow's up 3%. Bonds are still down nicely. I got to think, win, lose, or draw, this hourly is still trending up nicely. Yeah, it's about to close like this, but I sort of read this as just a pullback. No, I'm just using VolPro Edge right now, Andreas. I'm using the same stuff you guys have. Because I'm teaching and I want to teach with the tools that you guys are using. So we did a little live flash down here. You guys could see that if you rewind the video. So watch that blue line right there. If we head lower, it's going to adjust. You see how it's adjusting? Kind of live flashing. I mean, if we just bombed straight down to that extension, that would be a gift. I would buy that. And then I would hold for a retest. So I'd probably risk a small amount on micros, and then I would just hold for a retest of the highs. See if we can catch a runner. No, we don't all. I watch them, Jacob, but it's not necessary. It's better just to watch the chart you're trading. Yeah, because some days the correlations will make sense. Some days the correlations won't make sense. So you see how we flashed down in there? Okay, Andreas watches the VIX. Yeah, whatever you guys find, there's a flash on the 5-minute. I'm not going to buy that yet, but there's a lot of support there. But I wouldn't buy that flash because you've broken through the core DML on the 15. But look, we're back to that hourly DML now. So certainly I can tell you that if this hourly pulls back here and the 15 bombs down and holds that extension, could potentially be a good buy. It reminds me of that buy. Remember we were stocking that buy? Remember we did that impromptu live stream for the New York afternoon that one day? And this was this kind of setup. And that's when Darren, I didn't take the trade because the extension was breaking, but Darren took it, held, wrote it back up. And I think that's when he passed his first evals. Now he's on his way to a payout, I think today or tomorrow. So now we've got 4 minutes left until 11 a.m. And if this, I'm just stocking, if this pulls back down here, and I would view this as an exhaust to buy for a reversal long if the 5-minute confirms. I'm still betting that this day is not done squeezing higher. I might be proved fantastically wrong, but that's my bet. Unless Trump just tweeted that, China's going to have 90% tariffs. But the charts will tell us. The levels don't lie. And watch this hourly live, because let's see, if we keep going lower, it might shift the VolPro reaction level here. It might shift it and make a pocket. And if it does that, I like it a lot more, because then you're looking at something like this here on the 15, you see? Well, the people who bought up in here, they're not feeling good about it. You see why trading is first and foremost always about staying out of traps? We're still going to take losing trades. That's okay. But the more traps you stay out of, you're just going to be better off. So we got, this must be Trump tweeting. I mean, we're 18,360. We're only 200 points. I mean, this is pretty mild considering what's been happening recently. ES is still up 2.7%. Okay, there we just tagged the 15-minute extension DML there. 5-minute is trying to put in a little bit of an exhaust. I'm probably going to buy this, guys, if this 15 extension holds and if the 5-minute closes above its core DMLs. And if not, then I won't. Because I got to ask myself, is this hourly trend run going to continue, or are we going for hourly congestion entrance down? I mean, this hourly envelope is still very steep to the upside, and you've got space increasing between the middle of the envelope. So I'm still betting that the hourly trend run is going to continue to the upside, and I might be spectacularly wrong, but that's what I'm seeing on the hourly. But this will tell us if this extension DML holds or not, and then do these cores hold. For example, right now the 15 extension is barely holding, but the cores on the 5 are not holding. So they need to sync up. We've got about 50 seconds. Thirty seconds. Just watching. So you just saw, go rewind this later, guys. You'll see the extension, the live extension on the hourly adjusted from here to here. $15 seconds. Okay, I'm not going to buy that because we broke the extension on the 15. It might just fire up, but look, I got to respect my levels. So now I'd be watching this hourly extension. You got 2 of them down here at the envelope bottom. That's my next level of interest, 18,064. And with that type of close on the hourly, I could potentially be interested in a short up in here, because I do think the hourly may want to try to go for congestion entrance down. We broke the true average, and we broke the extension on the 15-minute. So we'll see if we go lower first. We'll stock our long down in here, 18,064. If we go higher, could potentially stock a short up in here. If the 5-minute keeps trending down and gives us a nice pullback, could potentially be a good short. Anybody who's on tweet patrol? Anybody check the tweets? Did Trump just do something? Because that was a pretty good little correction. Let me just refill my water, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. No notification on Trump tweets. Okay, that's good to know, Spider-Man. These markets have been nutty. Like sometimes you'll just see that kind of a pullback. And then you know, you'll see like this, which is just weird. Like here, like pull back and then just straight back up. I mean, it's just a lot of strange stuff going on. I still like the long side today, guys. That's kind of, I feel more comfortable stocking the long down into these hourly extension DMLs, 18062. But I mean, when the markets are crazy like that, I mean, what we're seeing lately with the tariffs and everything, I mean, these markets are generally, yeah, they're harder to read. I mean, we're still reading them, but they're harder to read. So Spider-Man took another shot at gold on the hourly pocket at break even again. I'm trying to get that. So are you long or short, Spider-Man? Guys, Spider-Man is AB Trading. I'm just calling him by his Discord name. Short, okay. So he's short gold from 30.28 and a half. Spider-Man. Nice, baby. Guys, look at that. Now, can you tell us why you took this trade so we can all learn from you? So Spider-Man is short from 30.28 up in here, which is a great spot, you know, looking back at it here. He took the, let's see, I took another shot at gold on the hourly pocket. So the hourly pot up in here. Yeah, there's the hourly pocket. Yeah, got it. And then I guess 30.28, did you take this nice 15-minute pocket? And now the 15-minute is coming down here. True average on the daily lined up almost perfectly with the pocket, so it felt good after the 15-minute pocket held. Yeah, that one right there, you can see we held the extension, we're in the pocket. Nice. Well, look, you got a nice little trade here. I mean, where's your target? And next time, Spider-Man, don't be so stingy. Tell us when you take it so we all can take it. No, I don't know. My bias for gold today was long, so I wouldn't have taken this. But look, he found something he liked. He took it. Had to give a little bigger room for the stop loss. Yeah, for sure. Gold will do that. Gold will really, it tries to shake you out. So Nasdaq, I'm just watching on my Tradify. So we're continuing to head a little lower here. But I still like that 064 level or whatever I called out on the Nasdaq. I'm keeping an eye on that. I mean, there's some support down here, Spider-Man. So yeah, I mean, we just tagged the hourly envelope bottom, and you're kind of at this support here. So, you know, do what you got to do. But I think you took a nice trade from one side of the envelope to the other. I think we're kind of flashing there on the 5-minute. You can see, so the 5-minute looks like it's trying to reverse to the upside. I like to take my profits, but you know, that's just the way I am. If you think based on your analysis that gold's going to keep dropping, then you know, stick to your guns. We're hugging the lower envelope on NQ. Says technique. Yeah, definitely. Something's going on here. Tweet City. Yeah, the 15 is trying to hug as well. Let's see how we react. This is key level here. 061. I'm still interested to buy. But these are definitely not easy markets to trade, guys. So if you're not losing money, you're doing great. If you're making money, that's great. Just grab my phone charger. I'll be right back. I'm back. I had to get my phone charger. So, see, that's a flash on the 5 minute there. That's a big flash. So, I'm watching. I'm not going to take it yet because we're not at the hourly level. But I'm really curious to see where this 15-minute closes in 5 minutes and where this 5 minute closes. Because you've got, see these live core DMLs here? Let's keep an eye on these. Because they're coming right in near these two hourly extensions. Let's look at the daily. I still don't, I don't mind the pullback. Yeah, we got close to the envelope top there, but let's look at ES on the daily. Tag there. Okay, Dow was above, now getting shut down a little bit. Then you got to ask yourself, okay, is the move to the upside over? Maybe it is. I don't know. Let's see. These are the questions I ask myself. So the only potential, see, like right now, I'm just not sure what the daily's doing. So that's why personally, I wouldn't take a trade here. But in terms of a B setup, if we're at the hourly extension, the 15 confirms, I'll take a B setup for you guys. But right now, I really don't know what the daily wants to do. I don't know if the daily wants to push higher or head lower now that I'm seeing how this market is selling off. So I know earlier I said, hey, if the market sells off, that's a good A opportunity to catch the move back up. Yeah, it's only A if I'm feeling like I really understand what the daily wants to do. Right now, I'm not sure what the daily wants to do. Anybody else sure? Let's watch. We're right at this key level. $18,023 bounce at VWAP. Yeah, maybe technique. Looks like it's headed for that. check on Spider-Man short. You hanging short, Spider-Man, or are you out? Half out, half in. Nice. Good job. We got 45 seconds here. 30 seconds. Yeah, we didn't hold yet, Jacob. So now I'm watching here heading into this close. 20 seconds. We're going to get a 15-minute close and a 5-minute close. Right now we're breaking the hourly extension, so we'd have to suck back up above 62, close above this core DML for me to consider this. Right now it doesn't look like it's going to happen unless we bounce a lot in the next 5 seconds. Okay, no, I wouldn't take this because we broke the hourly extensions here. It might bounce. I'm just telling you why I'm not taking it. And we got the core DML above us still here. So guys, this is a tough market to read. I mean, I'm just watching, waiting, trying to see what the market's telling me, looking for setups. And it's a stingy market for setups. That's the way it is right now with this tariff war and all this kind of stuff. Our directional bias has been really good, you know, but this, like, look, we're pushing up here from, let's see, call it like just this whole area. I mean, even from earlier here, but I'm just talking about this trend. So you look, you're just strongly trending up from about 17.9, you know, just so like a 500-point trend, and now just out of nowhere, you know, already like a 400-point correction. It's not easy to trade, you know, 500 up and then 400 back down, and so I'm 100% okay with how we're navigating these markets, because they're just it's a real easy market to lose money in. So the next stop on the hourly, you've got this live. So this is where the live is important. This is a good lesson for you guys. The live core is right here, and you got the static, the current congestion DML right there. I'd be interested in that level, 17,996. And look, unless it's just going to be one of these things where we're going all the way back down here, which it could. So Spider-Man fully out on gold. It was only combines, but nice. No, but that's great, bro. That's fantastic. Good job. Good. The important thing is that you stalked that trade, you had good analysis, you executed the trade, and you held on to it while it went in your favor. Like, let's give it up for Spider-Man, guys. I mean, that's a lot of pieces coming together right there. You start doing that again and again and again. Yeah, we got the little party things coming in there on the chat. I see it. I love it. Do that again and again and again. You're going to be off to a good start. And if you guys have any ideas about what the Nasdaq's doing here, please, you know, let me know. I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, nice, Andreas. Yeah, that's great, Spider-Man. I mean, it's obviously dumping, but do you get short here? I can't read what's going on. Some days you can read it, some days you can't. The people who lose are the people who try to force it on the days that they can't read it, but they insist on trading anyways. And I will not fall for that trick, my friends. So you can see we tag almost. So it's like 17,990 is kind of interesting. Maybe you play a short-term bounce. Hey, Ticket. Good to see you, man. Oh, yeah, this is a crazy market, man. You're not missing anything. It's, 5, 6, 700 points, depending where you're counting from, up. Now we're in the middle of a casual 400 or 500 point reversal out of nowhere. Been stalking a potential long, but we just keep breaking levels, so haven't wanted to take it. Now I'm looking at these levels here, the core and the congestion into 17,990. Question is, are shorts in play here? Could be. I really don't know. I don't have a read on it right now. And E-Ticket Spider-Man, he took a short on gold. Had a nice trade. I mean, just right here, like we just popped up almost 100 points in like a minute. So yeah, like, sure, is there opportunity? Yeah, but if you're on the wrong side of that, that's not fun. So if the pocket on the hourly breaks to the upside, then it will be a good long. You mean this pocket here? Could potentially be a good long. Like if this hourly closed above these extension DMLs, and I'd like to see that true average shift to come down here below us, then it wouldn't be bad. Almost got to the congestion. See the live, we pretty much tagged the live to the tick. I'm just watching you guys. See what ES is doing. Pocket there on ES. Just a little 700 point reversal on the Dow, 800 points. No biggie. There you go. You can see bonds are rallying. So right now that correlation is holding. You took profit at a good spot, Spider-Man. Shorted here, profit down there. Yeah, because he went for that low right down in here, framing the congestion area. Good job, man. Yeah, look, now Nasdaq. 130 up, 130 back down. You guys tell me, is this easy to trade? Is it a time to, get crazy? I don't think so. I mean, look, I took my shot last night and I ended up doing okay. I mean, all in all, I did all right on my live account. I passed 3 new fresh ones, but then I lost some profit on my XFAs. Okay. So, could have been worse. And I was willing to take risks because I thought we would have this pump, and we did, but it was a little early. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. But so far in New York, I mean, straight up, straight back down. That one long we stocked early, that was kind of the best opportunity of the day right here. And I just wanted to get it down here near the congestion low, and I didn't. Yeah, time to size down or size out. Exactly, Andreas. Yeah, or just not trade and not lose money. But yeah, definitely size down. If not, just flat out don't trade. Okay, we could be setting up. You guys, what do you see on the 15-minute chart over here? Jose, trend run down. Definitely. Definitely trend run down. I'm looking just at these levels here, and I'm seeing a potential flash here. You still need a new key. What do I need a new key for? Are you reminding me of something that I'm forgetting? Or was that to your wife, but you accidentally put in the chat? Does she need a new key? Wrong chat, exactly. Okay. So yeah, I'm seeing a flash here. Potential. I might take a stab at a long just for a little bit of a bounce, depending where this 15-minute closes and what the 5 is telling us. And if it falls out of bed and I lose a couple $100 on my Tradeifys, I'm okay with that. That's funny, Andreas. So yeah, see, I'm looking at this flash, which could cause a reaction on the 15, depending where things close. From here back to here, potentially. That could be, call it 18 to, a little 100-point move. And if I'm wrong and this thing's just going to go all the way back down the lows, then so be it. We got 3 minutes. This would be like a B minus. Might take it for you guys. Only because I love you guys. Otherwise, I would be at the beach right now, not stocking B minus trades. But it's good for learning. I do agree. And that's why you guys are here. Thanks for the heart, guys. So let's see where this closes. If we're above these levels here, and we've got some nice levels here, we've got a flash. If the 5-minute closes here into a pocket, I'll buy it for you guys. And then if it just slams through this support level, I'll just cut it. I mean, I'm not going in yet. I'm going to see where this closes, but I'm letting you know. I'll give it a B minus. Two minutes till it closes. And it's important to wait for the close because I want to see, how we are responding to these levels. I mean, there was some buying here before. Remember, right down here, you had a 120 point reaction. Because this is a zone on the hourly here. The lower end of the zone is technically still in play. Yeah, 1 minute. I'm just watching this, you guys. Hang on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna buy this, guys, because we did technically break that level. You do have a flash on the 15 minute. This could very easily bounce 150 points, but it's just I'm just not feeling this market today. I mean, that you do have the flash on the 15, you do have some support here on the hourly, but I really just don't even know what this daily wants to do right now. I don't know if we want to just keep leaking lower, if we want to go back up here. So I would love to take this trade for you long, but I just, everything in the fiber of my being is like, I don't want to take this trade, even though I think there's a, it's a maybe a C plus. Yeah, I just can't make sense of it, you guys. I think it's probably going to rally. That's my guess from here. We'll probably get a little bounce. But, well, the 15 does have a nice flash pattern. That's the thing. It's not, you know, there's a lot of support here. I'm just not sure what this market wants to do. I think it probably is going to go up. Okay, guys, I went in 1 micro just for you guys. If it starts to break these lows, I'll be out. If it pushes up here, you know, we'll see what happens. It's not a trade I would take, but what the hell. There's the trade. See if we can get a little bit of a squeeze back up to, you know, 140, 150. It's kind of what I'm looking for. Guys, at least we broke the cherry of the live stream trading. Congratulations. We put our first live stream trade on. No idea how it's going to work out. I give it a 50-50 chance. This market is very, very difficult to read. Yeah. So either going to lose $100 or make $200 or $300. Okay. So far, you can see the rallies are getting sold into pretty good. Every time we pop up into that 5-minute pocket, we get shut down. And then we push back up and then we get shut down. Generally speaking, I wouldn't, you know, I'd like to see us power up and through that 5-minute pocket. I'd like to see us power up and get a close above the extension here. So there's the close. I'm going to go ahead and exit at basically break even. And it might squeeze higher, guys. But the reason I exited that is because I gave this a chance to try and close up here, and it didn't. And it still might push higher. But the fact that we've now got this 5-minute pocket against us, I think that with that 15-minute flash, if that flash was legit, then it should have been able to power up and through the 5-minute pocket. And it still might, but it shifted the probabilities, so I didn't want to be in. So I'm happy to take a break even on that trade instead of sit in something that the 5-minute is telling me, you know, you don't really want to be in this. Does that make sense? We still might squeeze, but that's how I manage the trade. I want, you know, whatever time period I'm working with, I want it to confirm, and this just was not confirmation for me. Now we still might squeeze, and we probably will because I'm not in, and that's fine. But it's just not like this is difficult trading. You're getting lots and lots of conflicting signals, and when you get lots of conflicting signals, you just it's a better time to not trade. Does that make sense? So guys, bad news. I lost $5.32. These accounts are now officially down $7. I only have $5,993 of drawdown left. All right, guys, we're going to just chat here for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to call her a day. It's been a difficult market. I'm happy with how we're navigating it. I think there's lots of gems in here in terms of how to use VolPro Edge for your analysis. Spider-Man had a great short on gold. Good job, Spider-Man. So Jacob said, dang, when you drew that bar saying what you would want to see it do, it literally did precisely, you called that reaction. Yeah, are you talking about this one here, the flash? Yeah, it definitely did. And look, now we may squeeze for sure. But I just don't want to be, if I'm not sure about the trade and then I also get a pattern against me, I'm okay being out. But yeah, we got the flash there. These are just tough days to read, guys. So that's why I'm totally cool with this is just going to be what it's going to be. Can you explain where you would put, yeah, restricted trader is a profitable trader? For sure, guys. And that's what I got to learn to do when I'm on stream with you guys is that, yeah, I want to teach and take some B setups and stuff, and I will. But I also got to be the trader I am that's made me this profitable, and that's a very restricted trader. Like right now, I wouldn't even be trading. I would just be, well, right now I'd be taking a nap and then I'd be at the beach. Can you explain where you would put your stop and where you would exit and why? Yeah, if I stayed in that trade, Jacob, my stop was below these lows. Had those start to get taken out, I would cut it immediately. And the target, as I said, was up here around this extension, 135, which we appear to be going there now. So turned out to be a good call. Do I care that I'm not in? No, I don't care. Had this 5 minute powered up and closed there, I would have held it. But I was being very, very careful on this trade because I didn't feel very confident about it in the first place. Does that make sense? So my target on that would be right up in here. So we were right at VWAP. Nice to know. So see, this is some of you who like the VWAP. Look, you may want to trade. That was a 15-minute flash right into VWAP apparently. Okay, go back and back test how often you get really good 15-minute patterns, whether it's flashes or pockets or extension DMLs or whatever into VWAP, right? And you may find your system there with that, which would be fantastic. So e-ticket, if you look at the ES or NQ 1 minute chart, is there any indication of a long? Well, I'm sure there was e-ticket because you did have indication of a potential long here on the 15-minute and the 5-minute. So I'm sure the 1 minute gave it as well. Andreas, yeah, restricted trader is profitable for sure. Like, yeah, we're pushing higher now, but not super easy to read this. I feel like a lot of people got trapped there. We were cranking down for a while and then came below VWAP, rejected it, fell a few times, and then out of nowhere it took off to the upside. Yeah. So at least we were fishing for the right side. So can you guys see, like with VolPro Edge, we're at least, we're on the right side of things. And that's huge. Yeah, I could have gotten trapped short. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people did get trapped short. No problem, e-ticket, my pleasure. So we're on the right side. We're doing good. We're letting these difficult markets settle, and that's all we can do, guys. Like, I'm just, last night was the one night I wanted to take a little bit of risk because I was pretty confident we were going to squeeze overnight. That turned out to be correct. Didn't get rewarded quite in the way that I wanted, but I still am okay with how it all went. Made a bit of money on my live account, passed 3 new XFAs that I'll activate tonight and have for tomorrow. Probably run those back up to 20 or 30 grand pretty quickly when the opportunity's right. And I'm just waiting for the opportunity to be right. So at least we took our first live trade. That was nice. And there will be many more to come, especially when these markets settle down just a little bit. But yeah, this is kind of doing now what I thought it would do. I just exited for my reasons there, but that's fine. It's hard for me to take B setups, guys. It really is, but I'm doing my best. And hopefully there'll be more. All right, guys, I'm going to cut her there. Have a good day. This was a nice stream. I appreciate you guys being here. We had a lot of really good analysis today. Didn't make any mistakes. And I try to keep my trading days mistake-free or as mistake-free as possible. And as long as we have mistake-free trading or as mistake-free as possible, we wait for the opportunities to come to us. And it doesn't take many opportunities every month to make a very nice living trading. Everybody else is staring at the blinking lights, trying to trade. And that's why they're in the 98% that lose, and we're not. So yeah, that's the way I like to do it. All right, thanks you guys. Thanks, Spider-Man, Mr. America. Thank you, appreciate it. Tim Nasi, thanks guys, like the video. Yeah, thanks guys, I appreciate it. I think this was a really good stream. We streamed for well over 2 hours, and these are difficult markets, and we got to see some resolution in these tariff wars so these markets can settle down and we can just kind of get on with business as usual. So let's just see. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks, Miyagi. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. And I will put the link into the archives in the Discord later if I forget. Somebody remind me. Yeah, thanks, Technique. Thanks, Verb23. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, and look, the rest of the day, guys, I'm not trading this market. The move was overnight to the long side, like I called in yesterday's end of day video. That was a great call. And that move is gone, and now we're choppy, and I don't know where it's going. So I'm not even going to be stocking. I'm not going to be taking any more trades. Just like yesterday, I didn't take any more trades. Thanks, Andreas. Good luck with your wedding, man. So guys, I'll just be back with you in the Discord with the end of day analysis. Appreciate it too. Thank you guys. Appreciate all you guys. We'll do the end of day analysis, and we'll just keep taking it one day at a time. And sometimes there are periods like this, guys, where this is just, thanks, Mindrive, where this is just the way it is. And the hardest part is to be patient and keep your mental capital and your trading capital for when things kind of settle down again, right? Like we're doing a good job by waiting, but that waiting can be the hardest part. But you guys are doing a good job, and you're learning a lot of VolPro Edge in the meantime, and it's going really well. Okay, you guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you on the dark side, Discord. See ya. Bye.